forget. It's very easy to forget. But it's one of the most important things ever, actually. That we are alive now, and you don't know how long that will be a fact. You don't know how long that will still be true. And I feel like it's one of the most beautiful things to realize, but it's at the same time, everything is a paradox, and it can also be deeply, deeply terrifying, because there's two sides to everything, right? Two sides to every single thing in this paradigm, and just existing is fucking precious on one side, right? It is just, it's impermanence, it's current just being, that every second is different from the past, and you can never go back, and it is just this constant motion at all times. And that's what makes it so precious, and that's what makes it so powerful, is that at any fucking moment, any little microsecond, you can change your entire life. You can change the fucking world. But at the same time, that can be terrifying, because then you're also confronted with that impermanence and with the reality of your mortality. Oh, yep, that rhymed. A lot of people don't want to face that. It is truly terrifying. On the flip side, with just how precious and power and just wonderful that is, power. What does that fucking say? With great power comes great responsibility, and all of us have that power, just from our innate existence. And for me, coming out here to shoot this video was a split second where I changed my path. Even if this shit gets 2 fucking views, bruh, I don't care. Because why do celebrities kill themselves? Or, I can't say that. Why do celebrities fill in the blank? You use context clues, you're smart. Despite having what a lot of people dream and spend their lives chasing. Because no matter what your external reality is, it doesn't matter. It's your internal. It's if you aren't in love with the process and you're doing something purely for the result, what's the fucking point? Truly, what's the point? And so if I can't fall in love with what I'm doing and while getting 2 views, then there's no point in having hundreds and hundreds of millions of fucking views. It's not about that. That's fucking irrelevant, because if I can't enjoy it now, then I'm not gonna enjoy it then either. Just doing it for that, and if that slips, I've lost who I am. If it's solely based on external results, the moment that slips, who are you? Who are you when you lose everything? Because when you have what feels like everything, or close to everything, or more than you used to have, and that means you're different now, you base who you are, how you see yourself, on that. I'm about to make an exaggeration here, and I would like to clarify before that happens. What I really mean in the words I'm about to speak is that the world loves to teach us lessons. And one thing about life is it loves to take that away from you as soon as you get it. To remind you of who you are. And oftentimes, when you come from whatever shade of struggle you come from, because it's hard for, I mean, I know that, just so you know who the fuck is talking to you right now, I'm not gonna go into everything, but I'm a very privileged person. I was not born into a war-torn area. I was able to like have dance classes and I don't want to go into the details, but I still have complex post-traumatic stress disorder and have I'm not gonna go into it, but I spent a lot of my developmental years coming up with plans on how I was gonna get out of the situation I was born into, and that I would make all the suffering I was going through worth it, but with the life I was going to make. And here's the thing, I came up with a plan when I was 11 years old to go to New York for art school, and I did it, bitch. I only applied to 2 schools, Pratt and Parsons. I got into both with merit scholarships. I also graduated early and attended a year of community college when I would have been a senior in high school. And there's a lot more that goes into how important that was for me, but that's not relevant right now. The old story is no longer relevant to me, and there's no use in me bringing it up at this current moment. I can tell my story in the future. For now, let me get back to that point. I made it to what was my dream, right? Baby, I crashed out. I mean, I slayed that shit. I fucking mega slayed that shit. But I was a workaholic to the max. And I was neglecting my internal world. I was suppressing my soul's message for outside external results. And my soul is one persistent motherfucker and will not shut up unless I literally drown that bitch with drugs, and I don't do that shit anymore. And I'm not gonna go back to drugs, so I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do, bitch? I went to India. I used savings. I used savings from when I worked part-time job at Baskin Robbins when I was 15, and I did World Packers, and I decided as soon as my first semester ended, I can't do this anymore. I might literally die. Either by bleep, fill in the fucking blank, or because literally my body might collapse from sleep deprivation. So, or sleep deprivation and stress. And I have heard, I don't know if this is true, fact check this, but humans can just spontaneously combust. Oh my god, there's a wasp. Humans can spontaneously combust for no reason. That could be wrong. That might be a myth, but you know, the way I was living probably wasn't a myth. That's probably how humans spontaneously combust. Needless to say, I left that bitch and I went to India and was painting at a hostel in Jaisalmer. And I made that decision like 2 weeks before I left for India. Best decision ever, motherfucker. But that's a story for another time, what happened after that, the next few months. Regardless, what is around you is fucking irrelevant. Fucking irrelevant. Because it's all what is inside. And everyone says that, but no one really fucking gets it. And I think I just completely went off from my main point. But whatever. This is a flow of fucking consciousness. Where was I at first? Let me go back. Let me backtrack, because it felt important when I was talking about it. Oh yes, paradoxes. How everything is a motherfucking paradox and everything connects. And I think that's part of why I had a hard time actually getting myself to sit down and film a video, because everything connects to me. It's hard to actually like separate things, because nothing is truly separate. Everything is deeply intertwined. And when I talk about something, I always end up connecting it to other things. And while that is a gift in a way, it is also, you know, a bit annoying sometimes when you're existing in a paradigm that is very much everything's separate. Everything's separate. But connecting the dots between things is the only reason I'm alive. Honestly. Trauma and spirituality, if I didn't connect those two dots, I don't know where I would be right now. Like, I think it is so deeply important to understand how deeply connected and intertwined politics, trauma, psychology, science, philosophy, sociology, all of those things are like deeply fucking interconnected. But that's a subject for another day. I was just talking about how I keep connecting things, or I'm trying to talk about one thing and then I do it again. Regardless, this is a multi-dimensional conversation. I don't fuck with Kanye, you know, the what he's up to now, but there's this one quote from him that's like, when I talk, like, it's not just sentences, baby, it's a symphony of ideas. That was real. But I don't support him. Make that motherfucking clear. Oh, also, just even with being seen and posting shit online, I'm gonna give an example of something I've been thinking about recently. I don't fucking like makeup. I don't like saying I don't like makeup, because then you seem like you're trying to be different, like you're a pick-me. And I still wear makeup. I'm wearing makeup right now. I put on makeup just because I knew I was gonna be perceived through a screen. And I don't put on makeup because I like putting on makeup. I put on makeup because I understand that a woman's appearance deeply influences how she will be treated and perceived, and you never know when a red lip is the one fucking detail that changes your life. And all of this is how you feel about makeup. So when someone asks you how you feel about makeup, you don't want to be too much, right? It's not that deep. It's just fucking makeup. Nobody fucking cares. So then you just don't say anything. But then guess what? You're rejecting yourself. as they say. We meet our destiny on the path we take to avoid it. Is that the saying? You meet your fate, something like that. You meet your destiny on the path you take to avoid it, and so therefore you reject yourself. You put yourself at the end before you even give a chance to try. Yeah, I will share my opinion, even though it is a lot, and it is, maybe not socially accepted or acknowledged. You just share it anyways, because honestly, who fucking gives a shit? And if you don't share it, you're just giving yourself the worst case scenario already. Maybe you have that opinion for a reason. Maybe you have that opinion because you're the one that's supposed to voice it. If you don't voice it, someone else will. Why don't you be that fucking person? And this is just me talking about makeup as I'm wearing makeup, as I will continue to wear makeup. And maybe my opinion will change. Maybe tomorrow I will decide, I really fucking love makeup. It's worth the time to just doll myself up. But like when I really understand the core of where that desire comes from, I can't help but feel a sick feeling in the pit of my stomach. But hey, truth can hurt like a bitch. Like a fucking bitch. It can be so heavy, it can crush you, my friend. It can knock you off your feet onto the ground. Just drowning in grief, but doesn't change the fact, even if you didn't know, that doesn't change the fact that is what is happening. It's just awareness. And once you process those emotions, you will feel so light, you will feel so free, and you will be able to operate through this world and not lose touch with yourself and with your soul. And that is worth the pain of the first stages of understanding. That is what I wanted to add, and then that got into a whole nother tangent, but you know what? It needed to be said, and I said it, and I'll say it again, motherfucker. Because the butterfly effect is insane. And while I understand that is inherently fucked up, I can't take down the patriarchy today. I can't change the world, so I might as well be strategic in how I play this game. I understand. I spent years and years of my life studying this game so I can know how to navigate it without losing myself. And I mean, since I was about 16 when I hit my first rock bottom, which changed my life. Since then, I completely stopped consuming movies and TV shows, and whenever I would watch something, it would be some fucking psychology or philosophy, spiritual trauma, laws of the universe, shit like that. Or how capitalism works, different theories, everything related to society and systems and how humans work and our evolutionary biology, everything. Name a philosopher, name a fucking psychoanalyst, name a theory. I probably watched multiple videos on it. Because for years I need to understand. And I know that I still never will fully understand. I accept that, but I also think curiosity and wonder are incredibly important, and that knowledge is incredibly important, and I will use my resources and my knowledge to navigate this shit. But back to the makeup thing. it's funny because you have an opinion, right? And what I just verbalized was an example of overthinking. I'm aware of that. But it's like, overthinking inherently is like, yeah, it's not good for you. It's not serving you. But it doesn't come from nowhere, obviously. It serves a purpose because, of course, what you overthink about are potential realities. There's infinite possibilities. And a lot of times overthinkers get kind of tangled in the web of infinite possibilities. And what I've found, the only way you can free yourself is by accepting that chance that things could always fall apart at any moment. The worst case example could happen, and you probably wouldn't be able to predict it anyways. And that overthinking is kind of you trying to predict it before it happens so that you can save yourself and prevent it. But what are the chances the best case scenario would have happened and you were so caught up in the worst case scenario and protecting yourself from that, you just blocked the best case scenario, babe. And it's terrifying. It's literally terrifying. Because, yeah, the worst thing could fucking happen. It could. Accept it. Breathe it in. Accept that not only could you be rejected and hated by fucking everyone, but that you could also die. Accept it. Accept it. Feel the fucking terror in every fucking inch of your body. Breathe it in. And keep breathing. And it'll pass and you will feel more lighter than you've ever felt in your life. And you'll be free. Because you can't really just sort the tangle of thinking out and finding the reality that is right, that is true, because it is constantly changing. If you get caught up in all thinking about how everything could work out, you're missing what's actually happening. And it's okay to be terrified. We all feel terror. Not just fear, but true fucking terror. But we can't let it stop us, because in the end we're gonna die anyways. At its root, all fear is our human biology trying to keep us alive. All fear stems from some part of our evolutionary biology that was at some point in our history a danger, a threat to our lives. I'm not going to go into it. There's millions of fucking videos explaining that, especially when it comes to social situations and confidence, etc. There's resources all over the fucking web on that. And that's not what I'm going to explain. But at its core, it's trying to save you from death. But death is already going to happen, so you got to accept that. And then you just got to work through the fear and rewire your fucking nervous system and just live and free yourself and enjoy this shit before the inevitable end comes. It could be at any point. And this is not meant to be a doomer video. This is a freeing video. This is the most freeing thing ever, because even if you weren't faced with your mortality at an early age or gone through shit that have made you fucking face the darkest parts of yourself and shatter your ego, You never know when that could happen to you. If it ever does, there's always a chance it could. If you're one of the rare few that was born into a healthy family system and situation, bless up, happy for you. But this is your heads up. This is your heads up to just be prepared, you know, because that way if something does ever come into your reality, you have the fucking tools to not lose yourself completely by already accepting death as a possibility at any point. I've been yapping for a while, and it felt good. I don't want to make this too long. I think whatever I wanted to share came out. It's a beautiful motherfucking day. There are no rules. You are innately fucking powerful. And I'm sending you love and hope and infinite positivity. And if you watched this to this point, you're fucking awesome. And when I inevitably become a fucking superstar in the art world, you get free tickets into my show or whatever the fuck I'm doing. Whatever the fuck I am doing, screenshot this bitch with a date, whatever, prove it. And motherfucker, I'll make sure, cause you're a fucking real one, okay? You're a real ass motherfucker. You're awesome, you're a star. I love you. Thank you. And be more whimsical. Just trust, like, this is what I journal with, motherfucker. This is what I fucking journal with. I want you to picture me for a moment at a party. No. We're not bringing that up. I'm so journal pilled, bro. I was at a party. I was in the corner. I had a little breakdown, and my ass was in the corner with my pink fucking pink was rose quartz journal, fucking writing, like writing, I know it'll be okay, over and over and over again, bitch. Because it will be okay, it'll always be okay. You never know when a wave of grief will hit you. But motherfucker, you are your own anchor. What did Timothy Chalamet say in that one fucking interview with Zendaya? It was like, blah, 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 something. Life comes from you, not at you. Bitch, preach. Preach. Yeah. All love, no hate. Everything's gonna be great. Peace the fuck out.